You know what I should have done? This was 4 years ago. You know what I should have done? I would have been like, you need to prove you're loyal to us. All right, cool. Go kill Jesse from PodAwful. Couple less Uber Eats orders I gotta fucking throw in the trash the next day. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been like, I should have just done that. I should have been like, you know what? Like, go hang around the PodAwful crowd. Like, Jesse will gladly take advantage of a socially awkward, autistic, like, you know, parasocial weirdo who's drunk and under the influence, and he will absolutely do to you what you want me to do, which you probably have a humiliation fetish or something. I want to be humiliated. Jesse will gladly take advantage of a socially awkward, autistic, like, you know, parasocial weirdo who's drunk and under the influence.
Yeah, that feels right. I think he's right about that. I think I would do that. So, here's another Mersh episode.
And I'm pleased as punch. Can't you see it in my fucking face? So happy to be here. I'm kidding. I'm going to literally kill you.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining me. It is PodAwful. I am your host, Jesse P.S. So happy to be here. So happy to be here, truly. Oh my God, sorry, I just realized Mersh still has a gun pointed at my head. Yeah, Mersh wants me dead. Which, you know, seems extreme. For me personally, that seems like an extreme measure. I don't know about you guys. Mersh has completely, ever since the Ripped by August stream that I did with Porsalin, Mersh has been losing it. He's been going into a meltdown mode. And more so than that, I think being on Rumble, where literally no one is watching. Literally nobody. I think that it has made him very comfortable again, which is great. One of the nicest things you can do for a lol cow, for a goon, is you yo-yo them. You take them to their lowest lows, and then you let them get back to their highest highs. And then right when they're back at that zenith, right when they're feeling comfortable, they're feeling themselves. I'm feeling myself right now. Right when they're there again, that's when you pull the rug out from under them. So welcome to the rug. Yoink! Oopsie doodle.
PodAwful one.
So we've got a really, really great show for you here. We're going to be going over a lot of things. Number one of Mersh's fans died. Very cool. He has a dead fan. So, and we know what that's like around here. So we would never mock something like that, but we will tweet about it and then read the tweets, and then you can be the judge on your thoughts of what my intentions were by saying these things. Mersh is a homicidal maniac. He wants me dead. You saw it right there at the top of the show. We're going to be going over that. His death threats against me. An update on his weight is upon us, by the way.
I got excited. Very excited to see all of this.
We also, this is an interesting thing. Nobody knows this but me. I secretly tricked Mersh into this meltdown. Mersh doesn't even know this yet. So we're going to go over the entire way that we tricked Mersh into melting down about all of this. And this is the most exciting part for me, because this is something that I've had to be, you know, I haven't been super tight-lipped about it. But one of Mersh's favorite content creators, secretly now is a PodAwful fan. I mean, it's a tale as old as time. Actually, a lot of your favorite content creators out there are secretly in the Pizza Fund. By the way, this episode is going to be Primo only. Join the Pizza Fund, get access to this full episode and our entire archive of premium content over at podawful.com, podawful.pizza. It's all the same thing. You can watch the full episode there. We're going to keep this thing going live over there. But we've got this YouTube preview for you. And a lot of your favorite guys are in the fucking Pizza Fund. Okay, Mr. Medicare, he's in the Pizza Fund. Name a guy. PewDiePie used to be in the Pizza Fund. I don't know if anybody knows that. I don't know if I've talked about that. Keemstar's in the Pizza Fund. I've revealed that one before. A lot of big-time creators do join. Turkey Tom was in the Pizza Fund for a while. He doesn't like me anymore, but Turkey Tom was in the Pizza Fund for a long time. They all know what it's about. And Porsalin, obviously. Porsalin's in the Pizza Fund. They all know what it's about. So join over there. You can watch a full episode, podawful.pizza. But we're going to keep this free preview going here for a little bit. And there's even more shit. I mean, what else do I have? An update about Mersh's Section 8 life. This is how comfortable Mersh is getting over on Rumble. He's admitted it, okay? We have the proof. He's admitting it. Now, obviously, listen, there's two ways you could get your Mersh information. You could either pay me for it or you can watch Mersh. Choice is yours. I don't think you're going to be making a Rumble account anytime soon, but maybe I'll actually change your mind on that as well. We've got the death threats. What else do we have? I've got a bunch of stuff. Oh, his training. Yeah, we're going to do an update on his weight. So he has been, he claims he's been boxing and stuff. Mersh is living in a delusional land where the boxing, he's like going to become a professional boxer or something. A lot of crazy stuff. And by the way, a brand new crossed eyes moment. And speaking of that little chirp right there, let's play this one for you to start things off. Ladies and gentlemen, Mersh is, of course, like the entire internet, Mersh is now stealing the goon alarm from me. This has been going on forever. I keep getting tagged and stuff. Every single time now somebody online talks about black people, what do? They say something about smoke detectors. And every single time that happens, one of you, you tag me in it. And I go, oh, wow. I hadn't already seen this 5 days ago. I definitely didn't already know. And I know why you're doing it. You're going, Jesse, they're copying you. Well, true. But also not true. Listen, I've been telling people about the smoke detector problem for years. It's been co-opted by one of our least favorite types of people, racists. Boo! Boo! Ah! We hate racists. Ladies and gentlemen, we hate racists. Am I right? Come on. Nothing? There we go. That was strange.
I can't help it.
So we hate racists, but the racists have co-opted it. Here's the thing, though. They're right. Obviously, this does affect black people more often. But the real truth is, as with anything racist, the real truth behind the smoke detector is it's a socioeconomic problem. Now, if you look at goons, typically they are, let's face it, mentally retarded. They're retards. They are autistic, poor, stupid, Mersh kind of guys. And so they often experience the low smoke detector battery as well. That's what makes it the goon alarm. This happens to white people. This happens to Chinese people. We've seen it in everybody. And now Mersh
Samurai
is finally starting to notice. Let's take a look.
Kata, thank you for 5. And he just goes, beep. I use chirp. I like a chirp. It's more of a chirp than a beep. When people say beep, I always think of an electronic beep.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you say chirp. Chirp is your thing, right? I have a feeling we might see some chirps here in chat in just a second. Actually, we haven't checked in with chat. Maybe we should check in with chat, see what's going on over in the chat there. Let's see what people are saying. What about microwaves? Oh, yeah, we've got a brand new. By the way, if you do join the Pizza Fund, we've got a brand new, it's over 2 hours long, troll of a wannabe rapper / kick streamer. This guy wants to be the next Foozy Tube. And I don't know. He's willing to do anything. And we sat there in his chat destroying him for 2 hours. And then we made him blow up his microwave live on air. It was insane. Go check that out in the Pizza Fund. Same level as this show. Podawful.pizza. It's learn. Yeah, we got the chirps showing up in chat right now. We hate racists. Chirp, 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 chirp. I've been talking about the chirp for way too long for Mersh to say, actually, it's not a beep, it's a chirp. Oh, you think? Oh, okay, cool. Now, here's the thing. Here's why I don't get mad about everybody just now noticing this. I stole the goon alarm. okay? But, I stole it in that cool way. You know when someone comes along and they're a brand new vanguard of something, they do everything that the guy a generation before them did, but it's cool. It's actually good and cool that they stole, Quentin Tarantino stealing his entire Reservoir Dogs movie is from some Asian guy. Or, Sam Hyde does Tim and Eric, but it's new. It's on the internet, so it's new. I'm just kidding. But, listen, I stole it from Adam Carolla, okay? Adam Carolla on Loveline, which is the reason I do this. That was my big inspiration. Adam Carolla on Loveline would always, they'd have these callers, and these a lot of them were like stoner Mexicans. And I'm not saying that, again, we hate racists here. They just happened to be, this is true that they were Mexicans. A lot of these Mexicans would sit there, and maybe this is a Mexican problem. I don't know. A lot of these, you can be Afro-Hispanic, like our groomed victim friend, Michael Alberto. You can just be completely groomed into being Hispanic, I think is what happens. So a black person can be Hispanic. I've known a lot of black Hispanics. This might be a Mexican problem. These Mexican kids would call into Loveline, and you would hear the little, there we go. You'd hear that. And then Adam Carolla would be like, wait. And this is the amazing thing. This is why I loved it so much. This is a real radio show, okay? On radio, what is the worst thing that can happen? The thing that every fake radio guy is constantly doing. We hate it. It's called dead air. Dead air. You never want there to be dead air, but Carolla didn't care. Dr. Drew didn't care. They would sit there and they'd go, shh, quiet. They'd make the fucking listener shut up, and they'd listen for 29 seconds for that little bitty. And it would happen, and then it would count the timing between it. And then they'd ask the guy, how do you live with this? How do you sit there? And eventually they gave up on it. They would always listen for it because it was funny. But they stopped asking why. They realized, it's because you have a room temperature IQ. That's who listens to our show. We're good. Me, I never stopped being fascinated by it. This is what attracted me to goons. I realized that the goons always have the goon alarm going off. So this is not new at all. Again, I'm just stealing in the cool way. Mersh is not an Adam Carolla guy. Okay, this is very important to understand. But I think he very recently became one. And I have my suspicions. We'll see it later in the show. I think he's been listening to Carolla, and he just started. You know the way I just started learning about Opie and Anthony? I think he's doing that with Carolla. So maybe he stole this from me. Most likely. Almost certainly. In fact, I'm going to say yes. But he could have also gotten it from Carolla. Less cool, though. I'm the cool version of that.
A smoke detector, we all have to agree, is a chirp. I haven't watched the whole thing, and it might suck, but...
As an avid online gamer, I'm no stranger to communicating verbally with a wide...
Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why the chat here over my shoulder... Wait, did that guy just said he's... Oh, that's a joke. Okay, I just heard a guy... I was letting the Mersh clip wash over me, and then I heard the video he's playing say that he, he is not good with verbal communication, and it just suddenly hit me, and I got excited. I was hearing autism.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
Anyway, this chat here is the Pizza Fund chat, so if you're a Pizza Funder, go ahead and go watch on the Pizza Fund, because then the stream won't be interrupted for you. This is the Pizza Fund's chat over my shoulder. All right, so anyway, Mersh is watching some stupid video, and it's a video of a guy who, now he's the new cool guy. All right, now I'm the old man. For 15 years, I've been telling you about the goon alarm. Now it's on to the Zoomers. Now a Zoomer needs to come along, so he's made this very funny video about black people and the smoke detector. And what Mersh is doing, again, I'm a millennial. This kid, he's a Zoomer. Mersh is, I believe, from the silent generation. I'm not sure. He's not the greatest generation. I know that. What is the ones that were born in the 1900? Literally that year. I believe Mersh is from that time. So Mersh is watching the Zoomers, and he's He's trying to figure out from them what to steal right now. So he's just wholesale stealing their content.
Swath of the population running the gamut of the socioeconomic.
Running the gamut. I love Zoomer content. They don't know words. They just say them. It's fascinating. They grow up on the internet. They read the words. They never learn. They've never had to say them out loud. I believe the kid now when he says he's not really too good with the verbal communicating.
Spectrum. It's safe to say
running the gamut.
I've heard all kinds of sounds through my headset, but one in particular is annoying and troublesome. The sound I'm talking about is best described as a chirp.
I had no idea that was coming. I didn't pre-select this video to play for you, my audience. This is not from my show prep folder.
Emanating from a smoke detector.
And we will be doing an update on Mersh's Krang. And I got to be honest with you, okay? Krang was kind of supposed to be the new Bones. Krang futures aren't looking good. That one kind of fell apart. I feel like it's because it was toward the end of a 5-hour long stream. So I get it. Okay. I get it. But we really need you pushing Krang. And again, Mersh is very comfortable over there on Rumble. So if you just start Krang posting, if you do make a Rumble account and you just fill Rumble chat with Krang, he's not going to know what that is at first. We're trying to make Triangle happen again. So if we could just do some more Krang. I've been blocked on Twitter. I need you to do this. I've been blocked. I can't.
Desperately signaling for
We're going to check in on his Krang.
Change of batteries. It pops up at regular intervals, cutting through voice communication. Oftentimes, not even the loudest sound, but most problematic nonetheless. My initial hypothesis was that the individual with the smoke detector chirp is simply lazy. Hence, the chirp of laziness was coined. They always swear up and down, but they can't hear it.
Oh, so Mersh is like, it's not a beep, it's a chirp. And then he watches this video where he got the word. Maybe he didn't steal it from me. Mersh is stealing from the Zoomers, and that's the uncool thing to do. You steal from the old guys, and then you pass the torch to the new guy.
The term ear blindness has been brought up as they've grown to...
Yeah, ear blindness. That makes sense. Yeah, Helen Keller had ear blindness.
Tune it out. But even more worrisome, it turns out that the individual...
She ran the gamut of being retarded.
With
the gamut? What did he call it?
Chirp of lazy...
The gamut.
Is more often than not black. I brought this up on Reddit, and
I told you. Give it a chance.
No one is willing to broach, can black people hear the chirp of low batteries in the smoke detector?
Yeah, nobody's ever broached that one.
Scientists are not willing to touch the subject because of the racial...
It really is.
This video, by the way, the video he's playing is actually pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, especially for content that Mersh would play on his show, it's pretty good.
Such an amazing scientific phenomenon. Like, I'm fascinated by this topic because, like, I'll admit, like, I've always been wiggery.
No! Mersh, no! You don't say! Come on, Mersh! No! You? Wiggery? Are you even allowed to say that on YouTube? Again, we are not racist here. On YouTube, that feels wrong. Rumble, sure, all day. In fact, I think that's who populates Rumble. I think you have to have the W pass to even sign up for Rumble.
In very poverty, right? Like in my 20s especially. I was a broke wigger.
No. You were? What are you now? What is that?
They made a whole documentary about it.
Are you an I-Tigger? What is the Italian version?
But
what is the Jewish guy pretending to be Italian version of wigger? Is that a jop? A cop?
Thing is, it's even in my broke wiggerdom, the chirp drives me fucking crazy.
Right.
It's how does it not drive you crazy? Even I get it. If you're poor, you're so broke. Maybe you just, whatever. Maybe you take the bus to work and you're working part-time and you're scraping by.
Blowing my mind
stop
here,
at some
Mersh.
point on the way home from work at a 7-Eleven or something and get yourself a couple, brews and to drink or something, pack of smoke. Just grab a 9-volt. It's not hard.
By the way, this is insanely sped up. I just want you to understand that if this was slowed down, you still wouldn't understand anything. He's still so hyped up. This guy is constantly vacillating. He's like on a teeter-totter of Adderall and booze, So half of the show, and it's not always the half you think. Sometimes the first half of the show will be the really like slow motion slog fest. And then the second half of the show will by the way, Nightwave is good again. I mean, good for us. It's not good for the viewers of Nightwave. It's not good if you are Larry in MD, which is why he is now Larry in the ground. But it's really good. You really should check out Nightwave again. He is feeling himself over there. Point is, I actually don't remember what my point was. What was I saying?
Get yourself a couple, brews and to drink or something.
Oh, right. Yeah. So he's all Adderalled out. He's all pilled out. Sometimes it's very strange. He will be super drunk for the first half of the show, and then all of a sudden the Adderall kicks in and it's speed fest all the way on. He starts going Crowder mode.
Just grab a 9-volt. It's not hard. How do you not hear it? It's because people go, you're too poor, you're too stupid.
Mersh is right. By the way, I 100%, this is going to be a wild take on my part, agreeing with this about a smoke detector, but I think what Mersh is saying here is true. He's sort of a Mershstradamus with what he's saying here right now. This is true, it's insightful, and it's impactful, and I think he's going to help out a lot of young, we're still in the free portion of the show, right? It's going to help out a lot of young fellas.
Stupid to change the thing or lazy. And it's like, no, laziness is I'm lazy. I admit to laziness. But there's lazy and then there's like,
I'm gay. I admit to gayness.
Fuck. Like, I don't even hear it because I'm lazy, but that chirp the few times that I remember in my life having.
If I was one of the Bone Thugs in Harmony, I'd be Lazy Bone.
Like the battery run. Happened in my last apartment. And I did forget for like 2 days. I kept forgetting to stop. And I would get home and I'd go chirp. And I was like, but the second.
Okay, so now Mersh is telling on himself, which is what he always does. He always says, you're gay, you're dumb, you're bad for doing this. And then he goes, and by the way, this happens to me constantly. This is my whole life. I live in an unending downward spiral hellscape of my own making. But anyway, you're gay and bad.
Second day that I forgot, I was like, fuck this. I got back in my car. I drove right to the store and I got fucking.
But he fixed it. Now, listen, of course, that's normal. Everybody, eventually, your smoke detector battery wears down. You're going to hear the chirp, and you got to replace it. If you're not just doing that, if you're not being, preemptive about it, what kind of psycho would do that, then yeah, that does happen. So he's right. And that's the kind of thing that would never, ever happen to Mersh ever again in the present day. Mersh is not a goon alarm guy, okay? Certainly not in this exact same episode that we're watching right now.
Battery. So that's it. Because again, even if you're broke or whatever, that would drive me fucking insane. If you're trying to sleep at night, how do you sleep at night?
It has been brought
Triple N, that's right. Newsflash, asshole. I've been hearing it the entire time. Bro, that was one of the most brutal goddamn burns I'd ever heard in a show, ever. Arnold Rothstein was the man. What was that?
Let's roll that back. I don't know. What was that, Mersh? Again, same episode. Did you see the fear on his face? I'm going to crank the volume a little bit here. I'm going to crang it. I can't get it, but so loud. And of course, I've got some pretty good filtering and processing on my audio, so it might filter it out. It's very hard to hear, but...
What was that?
The fear. The absolute fear. The goons now know. One day, it's coming for you all. Every goon is on the lookout for the Goon Alarm 6 million. And it is coming for Mersh. Mersh, of course, you asked for it. You think in the middle of August, Pod Awful's Mersh month, this is a holiday month. We're going to be celebrating Mersh all month long, every year from now on, every August. You think Dear God's not going to lower? You know what? I bet you your 9-volt was like halfway full of whatever batteries run on juice, I assume, electrolytes. I don't know what's in them. I bet it was halfway full, and you started running your mouth, and Dear God took his cosmic straw and stuck it in one of those 9-volt little fucking clamps, and then he started sucking, and he's just looking at you. He's looking at you cross-eyed, and he's going, keep saying it. Keep saying it.
Is that? No.
No! This is the look of fear of Pod Awful. You know you're about to get clipped. This is, you can't run from the scissors, the internet scissors of clipping. He goes, no. This is the most dramatic moment of all time.
What was that? No.
No!
I could swear I heard a fucking smoke alarm.
You could have just not said shit, but you had to. You had to say it because what if they can hear it? Now, in all honesty, you can bear in the mix, in Mersh's mix, there's a little bit of a sound. But, I would be willing to go, oh, that was the cat. That was Judge Clarence Biscuits telling the court to rise for his entrance. That was just the sound of a little skittering across the floor. Maybe Mersh has his gym shoes on, and it made a and when I say gym shoes, of course, I mean his shoes have cancer. I don't know if you've ever seen Mersh's shoes, but they do look like they have medicine in them. I would have been willing to write that noise off, but Mersh knows. Dear God's watching.
Chirp. I'm going to laugh hysterically if I wake up or if I notice later tonight that there's a chirp in my house and my smoke detector's dead. Now, the difference is I'll laugh about it. I'm going to go change it out. And Monday, you're never going to hear the chirp again. But we've been covering it so much. I would really honestly...
You've been covered. So this is something like he's made this a regular segment of his show. This is what you get. And it's coming for everybody who steals the goon alarm from me, okay? I didn't have a problem with it. Again, I stole it in the cool way from Corolla. But now I've got a problem with it. When Mersh starts doing it, when Mersh is like, hello, fellow kids, and he's mall grabbing a skateboard over his shoulder, now I've got an issue. So it's coming for everybody. If you're doing chirps, we own chirps, okay? The chirp's coming for you. I demand it. It's pretty soon. I, hypocrite, you're getting chirps. Okay, here's one. I don't know if you know this guy, and this is, one day we're going to have to cover this guy. Flecka's and your Revenge of the Cis Plus show. I don't know what your show is called. Flecka's Talks. Have you ever wished that Revenge of the Cis was more Revenge of the Cis-y? Welcome to Flecka's Talks. The chirp is fucking coming. Goon Alarm 6 million. Clip this shit, internet scissors. It's coming for you all.
I'm almost praying for this. I've been fun. I don't, again, as I pointed
pray to dear God.
out recently, I don't even know where my smoke detectors are.
That might be part of the issue.
But I have been noticing a chirp now, and I don't notice if my smoke.
He knows where they are because he's the one who disabled them so he could smoke inside. He is smoking inside. I mean, do you think maybe that would do it? Maybe, at any point, did you smoke indoors and go, that's weird. I never set off the alarm. Oh, well, this has been coming for you.
Detector, or if I'm so obsessed with the research that I'm being consumed by it, maybe I'm going mad.
And he goes to smoke.
And then other people are saying, I heard it. Okay, so, but did you though? I'm going crazy now.
Detective Mersh is on the case. Mershtradamus. But did you now? And you can hear it again in this. I don't know if you guys will catch it. It's so faint. It's so faint.
Could have sworn I heard a chirp, and it was very distinct, but I'm hearing it lately. Oh my God, this is bad. This is bro, black people, this is a psyop.
Mersh, you're black, okay? You live in Section 8 housing. You're black.
Black people are gaslighting us. That's what it is. Black people are gaslighting us into going crazy. Like, they're completely unaware of the chirp, but they're trying to
You are unaware of the chirp. Just because you heard it, you think that was the first time? No. Your awareness heightened for the clip. You exist for our clips. Mersh, you live at PodAwful's pleasure.
Gaslight us into...
Gaslight. I'm the one gaslight. And we're going to talk about the way I gaslit Mersh. It's really incredible. I didn't think this was going to work. This comes from the Ripped by August stream we did last time. I didn't think this was going to work. I did a whole psyop. I apologize to everybody that I made mad. Listen, I'll say what it is right now, and then we'll talk about it in a bit. I lied and said Mr. Medicare is going to be on the show because I wanted Mersh to panic. And of course, all the Medicare guys showed up. Like, where's Medicare? They're like time stamping it. Going, Medicare's not even in. Hey, why don't you guys go check your smoke detectors? Because listen, I know every single Medicare fan is smoking inside his house. Maybe you should be more worried about that. The troll wasn't on you, though, okay? So I do apologize. Go, it's one less thing to cry about. Now all you have to cry about is Medicare dying and, of course, your parents' divorce from 9 years ago. But I didn't mean to hit you guys with it. This was all a psyop for Mersh, and it worked. I'll show you the results here in a second.
Letting the chirp drive us into insanity instead of just letting it go.
Yeah,
Samurai.
Yeah, that's what's happening. You're the one who can't let it go.
Jada, thank you for 5 minutes.
All right, so there you go. We got a lot to cover, and let's go to Mersh's weight loss. But before we do, see you to the poor people. We got to make this Pizza Fund only. So we'll see you on the other side. Join us in the Pizza Fund chat over at podawful.pizza. $12 level, get access instantly. And yeah, goodbye. See you, freeloaders.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. Podawful.pizza.
Pizza.
Podawful.pizza.
Pizza.
Sorry, nigga.
I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show
This content right here
on the Pod Awful TV network.
is Pizza Fun's own.
Podawful.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
Podawful.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga.